So this first girl that we're going to deal with is an interesting girl. She's very sort of like by the book. And so she gives some shit tests, but her shit tests tend to be more logical in nature and more sort of like, are you fitting into societals, like conditioning, are you safe, those kind of things. Not really shit tests on value, but more shit tests on, can I trust you, are you like not an asshole, that kind of stuff. So we get to the concept of what I call the comfort shit test a little bit. But let's crack right into it, get into the Tinder, the text, and then eventually the date. So I started off with what is basically my standard Tinder message, or has been my standard Tinder message for a bit, which is, you're adorable, fingers crossed you're not crazy. It's just a nice standard thing to send out, seems to get a good response. I just copy and paste this. Fortunately, Tinder has a copy and paste function, so if I'm sending a bunch at once, it's pretty easy. Just send it to a bunch of girls and see where we go from there. So her response to that is, LOL, even if I said I wasn't, would you believe me? And I'm not, by the way. So here she's giving a very rational answer. She's explaining things in a logical way, but she is still qualifying herself. She is still jumping through my hoops. So it looks pretty good. So I'm kind of on the borderline as far as whether it's okay to escalate yet. But what I'm going to do here is have the message mostly be kind of a witty retort and then have a little soft escalation at the end to see where I stand. So what that looks like is, you have a very rational perspective on your level of insanity, I see. Are you adventurous? So you guys have seen this before, the are you adventurous? That's, again, the start of my closing sequence. The are you adventurous? What's your view on drinks and witty banter? And then give them the number, etc. And again, these are great closing sequences to use. If you feel like using them verbatim, you totally can. But understand more the principle behind them, which is that instead of going directly straight for the close, you're doing it in pieces, and you're doing it sort of to test your social capital along the way without getting rejections. The reason this is so important that you learn the theory as opposed to just the particular lines is that if you're ever in a situation where guys start adopting these lines and a lot of people are using them, you could always adjust and improve and have this work for life, as opposed to if you're just like copy and pasting lines, you don't really know why they work. Then if anything changes in the dating landscape, or if some line gets played out or whatever, then all of a sudden, you'd be stuck. So you wouldn't want that. All right, so her response to this is, I can be, winky face, depends on what the adventure is. So that's obviously good but bad. She's qualifying, she's addressing the question, she's jumping through the hoop a little bit, but it depends what the adventure is. She's not fully bought in, because usually like a girl kind of knows what you're hinting at when you say something like that. Here she's trying to play coy and be like, oh, I'm innocent, I don't get it, etc. However, she then follows up and double texts about a minute later, which is a good sign. If it's an immediate double text, then usually it's just like a follow-up and that's her texting style. But if it's a minute later, a lot of times she's like, oh shit, maybe I'm questioning what I sent, maybe I don't think that was the best thing to send, so let me improve on it. And that's good. That means she really cares about your feedback and cares about what you think about her. So her second text was, what about yourself? If chicks are crazy, guys are jerks. I hope you're not. Winky face. So here I'm reading a couple things into it. On the one hand, she's asking me about myself, and basically my read on this is, when she sent the first text, she was a little worried after she sent it that it wouldn't be easy for me to reply back to, or that I might give her silence or something like that. And so she wanted to ask me a question to get it across. But then at the same time, she didn't want to look lame, so then she does this whole little like pseudo qualifying, like I hope you're not a jerk kind of thing, right? But my big read from both of these is that she's pretty invested, and she's willing to text back. She's willing to even text back at length. She's qualifying herself. So things all look generally pretty good. So from here, I'm going to answer her question and escalate ever so slightly further. But I'm also going to answer her objection, because her "are you a jerk" thing is a legitimate objection. And this is what's interesting. If a girl's testing you for, are you a badass? Are you cool enough for me? Then a lot of times being a bit flippant and like putting it back in her face, or like giving a sarcastic response, or being overtly witty can be a really good way to go. But if the girl's testing for, are you genuine, usually you don't want to take a super sarcastic, cocky response, because that's just going to make you seem less genuine. Instead, you want to be genuine, but be genuine in a way that doesn't look like you're trying too hard or look like you're jumping through her hoops. So I achieved that through this text. I certainly hope I'm not also. By that I mean not a jerk, right? So I certainly hope I'm not also. What is your view on drinks and witty banter with probable non-jerks? Okay, so here I'm answering her objection, but I'm also being assumptive. I'm also moving things towards the close. And I'm just like, I'm letting her feel like I'm nice enough to like not be like, oh, I am a jerk, or nice enough that like I want to be trustworthy for and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's still just that little bit of cockiness. So I'm not taking away the swagger that made her like me in the first place. But at the same time, I'm saying like, this swagger could be yours. It's not completely unattainable. So it's kind of playing that middle ground. And her response to this was, I think that sounds good, smiley face. That's about as positive a text as you're going to get, short of like, I want to blow you. So this is just an opportunity to close, and so I go with my standard close, which is, to me as well, my number is, phone number, what's yours? At this point, she actually texted me rather than continuing the Tinder conversation, which I think is very positive. In my experience, when they just send me the number via Tinder, then I have to, or via whatever other online site, then I have to like pick up the conversation myself. And I'm fine at doing that because I've done it many, many times. But the momentum's not as completely in my favor as when they just text me. So when they text me, that's really good. So that would be the hallmark of a well-achieved online conversation. So let's pick it up now with the text. So her first text is just to send me her name and let me know that she's there. So she says, hey Todd, it's her name, smiley face. So in this case, we already have kind of tentatively agreed plans via the Tinder. I'm also only in town for a few days. This is out in LA, so I'm just traveling through, so I need to have it happen quickly. So I go pretty directly towards the close. And so what I write is, hey you, smiley face, how does your weekend look? And so she writes, good, busy, and then little pause, and then yourself, right? So this is interesting because good, busy is not what I want to hear. I don't want to hear busy at all. I want to hear like wide open schedule, can do anything with you. So that's negative. But then she is asking my plans, so that's positive. So it's kind of this in between. So what I don't want to do here is push for too specific of a plan at a time when she can't make plans. Because then I'm just exposing myself to hearing no and exposing myself to the conversation going backward very quickly. But at the same time, she does seem pretty receptive, so I don't want to pass completely on making plans and just treat the fact that she used the word busy as a no. All right, so I need to find out what this actually means. It's kind of an unclear situation. So that's my job here, is to push things forward and to clarify the situation, but in a way where I don't lose any social capital, and if anything, I gain social capital. So here we go. So here I say, rather than make a specific plan, like let's do something like Saturday or Friday or Sunday or whatever, I just vaguely hint back at the idea of us maybe doing something together. So I say, good, was considering adding a little her name to make it even better though. Her response to this is, ah, smiley face. And then she writes, I might have some time Saturday day. This is good. Right now she's open, making plans, that kind of stuff. And that's pretty ideal. And it turns out that Saturday day actually was a time that would work for me, so that was very, very convenient. So I wrote, that might work for me as well, though I'd have to check to be sure. What part of town are you in? Right. The reason I had to check to be sure, I think I had another potential plan in the works and some business stuff, so I had to make absolutely sure, but I think I was mostly sure. And notice here, though, that I am conveying things in a way that seems like I have plans, seems like I have other things going on in my life, just in subtle ways. It never hurts to be just a little bit cooler and to not like have your whole schedule open for her. So she says, you live in LA, right? I live in the Valley. It's totally fine. She's just telling me where she's at, complying, moving things forward, etc. So then we're going to try and solidify plans. And now that I know the area, I have more information so that I can suggest plans she might actually say yes to. A lot of guys do this wrong. They just try and make some specific plan and hope that it fits in for the girl. Instead, what I do is I find out the girl's situation and then I make a plan that it will be easy for her to say yes to and hard for her to say no to. All right, so in this case, here's what I say. So I just simply respond, I'm in Hollywood. Right? It doesn't have to be every single text trying to be amazing. In fact, I kind of wanted to put the onus back on her. I kind of wanted, because everything's positive so far, and she asked like a direct question, I kind of wanted to make her have to respond and make her have to carry the conversation. I felt like she would. And so I felt like I could get more investment by just answering and not trying to do more with it. So then I just wrote back the factual answer, and she followed up and said, my favorite, right? And that's really good. That's like I didn't give her anything to work with, but she felt weird not answering. She felt like she wanted to keep the conversation going. She felt like the lack of the feedback from me when we weren't conversing, so she threw in a little thing. So this to me says very, very good things. This to me says, okay, time to make plans. Perfect. Let's plan on Saturday then for now and stay in touch over the next couple of days to be sure. Pretty straightforward. She already made the plans for Saturday. Again, she's already the one suggesting plans. That's another reason, by the way, where I could just do the I'm in Hollywood, is because we already tentatively have plans and she already made them. So things are so good that I can just let her carry it and let her game me a little bit. And that's going to make things better with the plans coming down, because if she's had a part in planning things, she's more invested in it. And it's also going to create like more commitment and a better frame for the actual date. The issue here is that these texts were all 3 days before the actual date. So a lot of times if you make dates this far in advance, they get very flaky because girls just forget, other things come up, especially if you were texting a lot over a period of like, in this case, like a day or so, and then it goes 2 or 3 days she hasn't heard from you, all of a sudden she forgets you even exist, or it seems weird because she doesn't have any like contact with you or any investment in you. So you need to stay present. So that was my goal here is, number one, actually nail down the plans when the time comes, but also in the meantime, stay present. So then I send her a couple days later, hey, looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. What time do you think you'll be free? Okay, just checking in, confirming the plans a little in advance so I have time to work with it, and just being positive and assumptive and, just under the premise that it's definitely going to happen. So she says, me too, I should be free after 1. Me too is good, like looking forward to seeing you too, and then she gives me the plans. So let's do 2 just to be safe. Roosevelt Hotel for drinks and brunch work for you. And she goes, sounds good. So again, we're just making the logistics. It's pretty straightforward. If I don't get any resistance here, I'm just going to keep gradually implementing it moving forward. But again, it's still a day and change ahead. So I still, on the day of, need to confirm a little bit. I don't want to end up in a situation where she flakes off at the last minute or where I'd like drop the ball on the 1 yard line. So I still am going to confirm one more time quickly when I'm kind of getting ready the day of to make sure that it's actually going to go down. So I follow up one more time the day of with, hey, you, about to hop in the shower. Let me know when to expect you. Looking forward to it. Right? So it's just that little bit of positivity, that little bit of I'm already getting ready. So if you were to quit now, it would, like, if you were to like cancel on me now or bail on me now, it'd be really fucking awkward and like kind of a bitchy thing to do, right? But in like a very positive way. And so I kind of just like, again, remind her if she had forgotten, let her know that I'm on my way and getting ready. So it would be like kind of, she could feel guilty if she were to try and cancel on me. And just also just provide her with a little positive emotion. So then her response is, hey, I'll definitely be there by 2, maybe a little sooner, which is not actually what I wanted to hear at the time because I was actually running late. But, it's good that she's confirming and making the plan. So then she texts again when she's close. She goes, almost there. And so then I go, okay, I'll be there shortly as well, probably only a few minutes late. She says, no worries. I say, okay, I'm about a block away, be right there. Are you in the lobby or by the fountain? I'm by the pool, I can meet you in the lobby. So I say, pool is good, and she says, okay. So all that last stuff is just handling logistics. With that, you just kind of get it done quickly. Don't make a big deal of it. Just think to yourself, like, what would I do if I was making plans with a friend? If anything you write in that context is not something you'd write to a girl who's already your girlfriend or someone who's already your friend, it's probably wrong. Just keep it simple. You've already won. You're already in a good position, so don't lose from a winning position. So now let's move forward to the date. This date actually is an example of what I really love to do on dates. Like if I had my weekends free because I wasn't teaching guys to pick up girls on my weekends, then what I would do is a lot of dates like this, which is daytime, brunch, early afternoon type of dates. And the reason why I really love that kind of date is for a couple reasons. Number one, people's weekends, they tend to be very free, right? They don't have work obligations, they don't have deadlines, they don't have to get up early in the morning. So there's a lot more flexibility in their schedule typically, so they can spend a lot of time with you. Secondly, if you schedule a date early in the day, they can spend a lot of time with you, right? They don't have to they're not worried about oh, I have some other plans later usually, or I have to get up in the morning, that kind of stuff. And it also doesn't get to even if someone's fairly tired, if it's 9 or 10 at night, they don't feel like it's late and they need to go to bed. But if all of a sudden you're hanging out with a girl and it's 3 in the morning, she's like, oh shit, it's 3, it's late, I should go home. So you're not running into that so much. The other thing I really like about these daytime dates that I think are great is if you start out hanging out with a girl and it's daytime, and then by the time you're, hung out for a little bit and you're getting more intimate, it's kind of fading into night. There's this sort of movie quality to it. There's this sort of plot line of you getting progressing time with her and building closeness. And I don't know, it just really creates an excellent vibe, which I really, really like. So overall, I really like these daytime dates. And this is just a good example of that. What I did is I met this girl by poolside, hung out with her, had a couple drinks. I actually had some food because I was hungry. It was my first meal of the day. And then just walked her back to the place I was staying and, took her pretty much right in. I had a little issue with her having plans later, but fortunately at the time it was still about 2.5 hours, or maybe like 2.5 or 3 hours, I think, until she actually had to do anything for her plan. So we had a little bit of a window, and I was able to then walk her back. What I want you to notice in this date is a couple things. Notice how I passed some of the shit tests through just ignoring them and being cooler. In particular, the one she gives me with what she calls out negging, a very pickup-y theory. Last thing I want to do is get into discussing pickup theory, especially given my job and position with a girl. So I just pretty much oh, that's interesting, or I cool, right? And just act like she's retarded. A lot of times, a lot of objections that are not direct objections, a lot of girls will hint at objections, right? They'll say some quality in some other guy that they'll say this guy did this really weird, obnoxious thing. And what they're kind of hoping that you'll do is you'll be what an asshole. By which you're saying I would never do that. By which you're saying I'm a weak guy that will let you walk all over me. So they're sort of establishing the frame of the conversation. They're establishing the way they think you should behave, but they're doing it by not confronting you directly. They're doing it by talking about some other guy. By the way, as an aside, this is something you can do in reverse to girls. If you don't want girls to behave a certain way, you can talk about something some girl did. And also, if you do want a girl to behave in a certain way, you can talk about something some girl did and how you really appreciated it or liked it. So this is actually a good technique in general. But I don't want to fall into this frame. I don't want to be the Mr. Nice Guy frame. I don't want to fall into the frame that hitting on girls is evil or wrong, especially given my job. So I just look at her like she's retarded and refuse to accept the frame. And that's actually a very good way of handling those kind of things. Because the fact of the matter is, whatever she's saying, it's not relevant to me. And actually, that's why she gets kind of frustrated and frazzled when I do it, is that she was trying to I think subtly convey a certain message or tell me something, and I just refused to get it. So I basically gave her the choice to either if she wants to bring something up with me, bring it up in an awkward way and actually make a confrontation about it, or just drop it and I don't have to deal with it. And probably 9% of the time, girls will just drop it because they like to avoid awkwardness. So that's a really good way to pass a shit test. I want you to really understand that. And then the other thing I want you to understand is how I seated the venue change at the end, how I seated the poll. So what I did there is a few things. Number one, I used the time constraint of her having to be somewhere later as the reason to give her a make or break decision, the reason to give her a choice or even push her away. And create more tension. And also, I used her urgency as the reason why there was urgency to coming somewhere with me. So that's pretty good. Also notice that I'm downplaying the idea of anything sexual happening throughout the entire date. Lastly, I want you to notice the moments where I kissed the girl. And notice that what precedes them usually was some level of developing sexual tension, then some level of maybe pulling her in, light escalation, seeing where I stand, and then going for the kiss. The great thing about doing this is twofold. Number one, because there's anticipation and build up to the kiss, it's almost like kiss foreplay. It makes the kiss itself better. So that's very good. But also it reduces my risk. It means I'm very unlikely to have a bad result. Okay? So those are the major takeaways from this date. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next installment. Okay, enough English talk.
You got me all
it's okay. I got you in a tizzy, I know, but I told you we have to take it slow.
Okay.
I mean, you're cute.
I mean, you know too much about my English, how I feel about English already.
I know, right? It's very awkward for me now. It's it's that fine line of Stop giving me that look.
What?
You're too cute. Come on, let's go get food. Or food and drink and stuff.
Probably work
I'm
out
just a
3
man.
times a day, huh?
I'm nothing special. 3 times a day?
Twice then.
Just twice. There you go. Why are you so much fun? You're actually, usually something like this, I show up expecting to be massively disappointed. You're actually fairly entertaining and not bad.
No, it's not little.
Glad. Glad I agree.
Yeah.
Not disappointed.
So now the bar's high, don't fuck it up.
Oh.
I got it. No, it's fine, I got it now. At this point, it'd be harder to give it to you than just to query it.
And it was great, and it was just such a good time. My legs just tracking you?
Hmm?
Are my legs just tracking you?
just thinking. Look at you. That's like the most obnoxious. Like, are my legs distracting you?
I'm just saying, noticing you've been looking at me.
Alrighty then.
Obnoxious. That's not obnoxious.
It is obnoxious.
Why?
I do that sometimes though when I'm thinking. I just like stare at like a random point, whether it be like the sky or like the couch or the whatever. And so sometimes people are like, why are you staring at whatever? It could be like legs or like a wall.
Fair enough.
But not that like your legs are equivalent to a wall. They're more, you know,
I got you.
more charming than a wall. But
I got you.
but yeah, no, I do find it obnoxious when people do that, just because it was like the furthest thing from my mind at the moment. I'm like, oh, I guess I was. Okay, interesting. Give me that look, little one.
Wait, that was not the left. That was the left.
That's just weird.
Rude.
No, weird.
That look?
Just strange.
Yeah, I can't recreate a look that I didn't know I was doing.
You be alright?
I'll be alright. I'll figure it out. I'm sure I'm like a woman of like many faces.
You're a little nuts, but it's okay.
I know. Although my kids are like, it looks like you hate your job. And I was like, do I really look that miserable? Because I'm not. I love my job.
Yeah.
Trying to like amp it up, see how crazy I can get.
Again, let's take it slow. But I'm intrigued by the possibilities. But you know, put it this way: like, I mean, I'm open to the banter, flirtation. You know, you're very cute. It's fine. But I just don't want to be a foregone conclusion. Like, if we have a great afternoon together and we just like having a great time, and then I decide not to, make a strong move at you or whatever. I don't want you to I don't want you to be offended and think that it's you. You know, it's not you, it's me. Just when we go, I hope you meet a great guy, and I hope you meet someone who tolerates your brattiness, and I'm sure one day we could be friends. I'm just kidding.
That never worked.
What?
Being friends with somebody you've been on a date with. Why?
Just like you fit like the right categories for being fun.
Why? Because I like Miami.
You like Miami, you like Vegas. You are relatively witty.
I can't be. Just have it.
I take it back, sorry.
The mood calls for it. I can be witty.
Don't, just, no. And then I don't know. You have a playfulness about you.
Life's too
Short to
fun.
like take it seriously. I also like that you have probably more high maintenance hair than I do.
Well, I'm a girl.
Yeah. Well, I have high maintenance hair regardless. Like I'm a guy. You're ridiculous. You're kind of cute.
Oh, just kinda.
Wow. I give you a compliment. You ask for more. You can't just say thank you. You gotta ask for more. That's how it is with you. You want it all the time.
Yes. Shouldn't we all?
How's that working out for you?
Great.
Really? Keep it up then.
I live by my own rules.
Keep it up then. Flattered.
Should be. I'm still here.
Oh, if you want to go at any point, just
Thanks.
go for it.
Thanks. I will.
Oh, you do like me.
Like this one time, this guy was like, "Oh, how old are you?"
No. Like, fuck that shit. I want it.
Sure.
Oh, you do like me.
No, I mean I would.
Oh, you don't like me? Okay, that's good.
You're like serious for like 15 seconds, and then
I'm
you
serious.
switch, and then you go back. You're serious for about 20, and then you switch.
At least it's increasing. It's like 15, 20, 25.
And then it goes back.
At some point, I might give you like a sincere minute.
Sincere minute? I don't know. That might be a little long. I will be waiting for like the non-serious to like pop up. Why not?
Well, if at any point you're not enjoying yourself, my dear, you're free to go.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I mean, I'd be sad. I enjoy you, but I would never try and keep you here against your will.
Adventure?
Yeah.
That's like because I'm like, gotta go home.
All right. It's nice knowing you. Take care.
So dramatic. You're like worse than a girl.
I'm just trying to facilitate.
Right.
you have like a deadline for that?
What, to get home? Yeah, like plans around 7.
As do I actually, so it's okay. I have to, it's about the same. I have to meet with some people.
And then I have to like get home and like.
Let's see where we're at. We're good for a little bit. All right, I'll tell you what. We can do one of two things.
Okay.
One is you can leave now. Just be like, it's been fun, Todd. Take care. Have a nice, I don't know, evening. I was gonna say life. This is dramatic. I'll say evening.
Okay.
Or we can hang out like for like maybe an hour or so more, maybe hour and a half at most, and then I can show you like a little glimpse into like my life and stuff, so you feel like I'm not a total stranger.
What would that entail?
Possibly a drink and a chat on a rooftop with a good view.
But it's gonna be your rooftop.
It's not my rooftop, it's my friend's rooftop, but it's like a couple blocks from here, it's like a rooftop with a view. Good deal. But mostly I was gonna show you like a little bit of like what I do, what I'm about, that kind of stuff, but I don't have the things to show you that here, so it is what it is.
It's not that I don't want to hang out with you, it's more the idea of like.
That's why I chose a nice, like, safe outdoor, thing.
Right.
Actually,
Yeah.
I can't have you. No, I can't bring you like back to. You're too cute. I might get tempted. We're not doing that.
Kind of my point, yeah.
No, I mean I like you, but I told you from the start. Don't get any ideas. I'm a shy innocent.
Words and actions never translate.
Words and act never translate.
Rarely translate.
Be careful of the words always and never.
Yeah. Words and actions rarely translate.
It's up to you. I mean, if you want to bounce, you totally can. Or if you want to hang out for a bit, you can. You're cool enough that I will consider hanging out with you for a bit longer.
Oh. I should feel impressed.
Flattered, you mean? And yes, you
Flattered.
should.
Yes.
Indeed.
You're right. I slipped up. Sure.
It was a Freudian slip.
It wasn't.
Because you are impressed.
I am very, yes. All right, let's do it.
All right, cool. I think I have to get the bill out of here at some point, so I don't dine and dash. Really? Why? Just classes are expensive?
Yeah, it's like rent. The tango. Salsa, I won first place. And then you get to meet them in person, and they're like the dullest person you've ever met. You
That's
have,
the requirement.
5 exchanges.
I don't know.
No, actually, I focus. And if they're not focused and in the right place, they're not